Hi there, this is the all-new Vivo V70 Elite and it's the biggest upgrade to the V series in a long time. Now we get a faster LPDDR5X RAM along with UFS 4.1 storage and a flagship level Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 chipset. It's miles better than its predecessor. By the way, there's also a budget variant which Vivo calls just Vivo V70 and it houses the exact same Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 chipset that we had on the Vivo V60. It's also a lot more affordable model. The Vivo V70 Elite marries good performance with flagship Zeiss cameras and it even has this all new Holy filter which will make your jaw drop. I've been using this phone for over 2 weeks. Let me share everything in detail so you can ultimately decide if you should buy the Vivo V70 Elite or not. Let me take you through a quick unboxing experience. So here is the retail packaging, Vivo V70 Elite branding. On the back you can see this is the 12GB RAM, 256GB storage variant in passion red color. Let's open it up. Inside we have the phone itself, some paperwork that no one reads, a transparent silicone case, a SIM ejector pin, USB-C to A charging cable and a 90-watt charging brick. Alright, let's talk about the build and design. First look and you know it's a premium phone. Absolutely love this passion red color. Eye-catchy yet very subtle. The back is made of glass, super soft to touch and doesn't attract any fingerprint or smudges. The side frame is all metal. You can actually spot the antenna bars on all the sides. It's also super slim at 7.49 mm and weighs just 194 grams. Damn, this feels so right in the hand. It's not too big, it's not too small, just perfect. But here's the fun part. Even in such a slim and light form factor, Vivo has been able to squeeze in a huge 6500 mAh battery. It's almost unbelievable. Trust me, I could never kill this phone in one day. However, if you're gaming or using this camera extensively, you obviously will kill it sooner. Glad to see a 90-watt charger in the box that charges the phone super quickly. Rest, it also comes with reverse charging, which can be very handy in an emergency when you want to charge your TWS earphones or even another phone. It also comes with bypass charging support, which is a very important feature to have, especially if you're a gamer. It won't heat up the phone. Now it lacks wireless charging, but I guess it's fine. That's reserved for the premium X series only. Coming back, on the top, we get two 50-megapixel sensors, wide and telephoto, along with an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. On the top is an IR blaster, along with a top-firing speaker, volume rockers and power standby button on the side, and below is the secondary down-firing speaker, USB-C port, microphone and a SIM tray that can house dual 5G nano SIM cards. Sadly, there's no support for SD card expansion. So as I always say, pick the high storage variant if possible. Also, I'd like to add, this phone lacks eSIM support, which I think is fine for most people, but it comes very handy, especially when you're traveling abroad. When you just want to get that eSIM connection, get internet or a phone line on board, it's really convenient. Just thought you should know. Alright, let's talk about the camera. So we took tons of shots and we all know V series with Zeiss is almost a perfect combo. Just point and shoot and you'll get fab shots. It's very similar to the premium X300. It's bright, vivid and crisp. Here are some portraits as well. Vivo nails it when it comes to portraits. It literally mimics a DSLR. In fact, in the portrait option, there is a lot of AI stuffed in here. You can choose periods, region, seasons, festivals, and Vivo has also included Holi. As Holi is around the corner, this filter is such an amazing thing to have right on your phone. Here are some results. Ain't that cool? With telephoto, you can take 10x zoom shots without losing any detail. You can zoom in further, but then AI takes over and it's a hit or miss. Ultra wides are restricted to 8 megapixel, but frankly, they too do a pretty good job. When it comes to video recording, you can record at 4K, 60 FPS, and thanks to OIS on board, it's very stable. Then here are some selfies taken from the front 50-megapixel sensor. Wow, these look so good. Hi there, so here's a video recording from the front camera of the Vivo V70 Elite and this is a 4K 60 FPS video recording support, which is absolutely amazing. It's got great color reproduction, amazing dynamic range. Here you can see right now I am entering under the sun and you can still see the background is so clearly visible. Amazing cameras, very stable as well. Also the audio that you're hearing right now is being recorded from the mics of this phone. The camera experience on the Vivo V70 Elite is nothing short of a flagship, almost touching the X300 experience, which if you think of means a lot. They do skim on some features like there's only an 8 megapixel ultra wide and there's no 8K video recording. But ask yourself, do you really need that? I would say the cameras on the V70 Elite are absolutely incredible. Alright, let's talk about the display. So we get a 6.59-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 2750 by 1260 pixels. Excellent color reproduction. I would say it's vivid and punchy. This is a golden size. The screen is not too big and not too small. Absolutely love it. The bezels too are ultra slim, giving you that edge-to-edge seamless look. Ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner never disappoints. It's fast and responsive. Also worth mentioning, the placement is ideal. It's not too high, not too low. Very ergonomic. On the top is a punch hole notch, housing a 50 megapixel front selfie camera. When it comes to brightness, Vivo claims 5000 nits of peak brightness, and it shows. We briefly tested it outdoors as well, and the display was very much visible. Then watching movies and videos is super fun on the screen as the bezels are ultra thin. Content feels so much more immersive. Netflix comes with HDR10 support, but sadly lacks Dolby Vision support. I think the content still looks really gorgeous. It's bright and crisp. Then we also tested the YouTube app. 4K 60fps videos played flawlessly. No lag or stuttering at all. HDR videos here too look absolutely stunning. This is something you can keep watching for hours. What a delight. Then we also have dual stereo speakers on board, one on the top and one at the bottom. Let's see how they sound. So the audio sounds really good. They won't let you down. Also they get really loud. Dual stereo speakers are a boon, especially when you're watching an action scene or something that's fast-paced. Very immersive. I do miss a headphone jack at times because those were the good old days where every phone had it. But now instead of that, we get IP68 and IP69 rating. So technically, you can dip this phone under a tap of running water or even in the pool and it will be fine. But always remember, water damage isn't covered under warranty. Alright, here's a quick look at the OS and the user experience. Well, first thing I must tell you is we get 120Hz refresh rate, adaptive refresh rate, which flows like silk. Extremely well optimized, I would say. No lag at all. Then as we dive into the settings, go all the way down to About Phone, you can see it's running Android 16 out of the box. And Vivo claims 4 years of Android updates along with 6 years of software patches, which I think is also really good. Now coming to my favorite part, it's running the all-new Origin OS 6. It's such a departure from the FunTouch OS, which was not so much fun. Firstly, it is so well optimized, everything flows like silk. It's extremely smooth and has this really fresh feel to it. Everything feels a lot more new and cool to use. Check that out. Other good thing is that you can actually kind of have split window, of course. There you go. You have split window for WhatsApp or for this, so you can split views, which I think is really convenient and fun to use. As we dive in further in, you will see there are a few bloatware apps. Some of them I've installed, but some of them come pre-installed, like Snapchat is not something I keep. But the good thing is you can delete the ones that you don't need. It's not a big deal, but yes, there are a lot of apps that come pre-installed. Origin OS is something you're going to love using on this phone. Talking about the performance. So the Elite variant is powered by the Snapdragon 8s Gen 3 chipset, and it's a powerhouse. Throw whatever you got, high graphics or day-to-day apps, it handles everything like a breeze. Trust me, the responsiveness makes the device feel like you're using a flagship phone. It's a huge departure from the previous Vivo V60, which felt very sluggish after long-term use. And the reason is not only the fast processor. So, the Vivo V70 series, both the regular and the Elite, come with LPDDR5X RAM, which is miles faster than the 4X RAM on the Vivo V60. Apps launch almost instantly. Multitasking now is super snappy and responsive. Plus, even faster storage, UFS 4.1, which is a huge leap from the previous UFS 2.2. We ran the Antutu benchmark and it scored over 19,43,000, almost touching 20. Then we also ran the storage test, 3,546 MB read and 3,309 MB write. Solid numbers, I would say. Alright, let's talk about gaming. So we played a lot of BGMI on this phone. Firstly, make sure you turn on the boost mode and put the refresh rate to high. Now in the graphics settings, we got super smooth and extreme plus. That translates to 120 FPS of ultra smooth gaming. And what an experience this was. Trust me, even after playing for a long time, we didn't notice any drop frames. Very consistent gaming performance. Yes, the device did heat up a little, but it cooled down pretty quickly, and it's all thanks to the VC cooling system. Also bypass charging support, so battery doesn't heat up all the power is transferred straight to the chipset for high performance gaming. If you love gaming, the Vivo V70 Elite will surely not let you down. Alright, final thoughts. So Vivo has taken a huge leap, especially with their V70 Elite. You get excellent performance with one of the best camera setups on a smartphone at this price. Also must add, we get 4K 60fps video recording on the rear and front cameras. Very impressive. Yes, they did cut some corners, like they don't have Dolby Vision support, there's no eSIM support, ultra-wide camera is only 8 megapixel, but I believe it won't matter to majority of people. This phone is highly recommended. The Vivo V70 Elite starts at 51,999 and goes all the way up to 61,999. If you want to save some bucks, you can actually consider the Vivo V70 only, which starts at 45,999. I'll share the links of both the devices with all its variant options below in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check this one out. So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.